Moving on over to Taylor Swift, because record labels are introducing new changes to their contracts inspired by Taylor. She's changing the game all over the place. So in light of her success, labels are ready to enact new clauses to prevent future artists from devaluing their original work. So major record companies such as Universal, Sony, and Warner Music Group are set to introduce stricter contract terms for artists demanding longer waiting periods before they can re-record their music. These waiting periods, typically 5 to 7 years from the release date of the original or 2 years after the contract expires, have now been extended to 10, 15, or even 30 years. However, some artists and their attorneys are pushing back against these new restrictions. So will the record labels or will the artists win out in this? Because, if you're pushing re-recordings 10, 15, 30 years later, people may sound completely different. It just seems like they are just trying to push this off as far as they can, seeing how successful Taylor was in doing this.
Yeah, well, Taylor Swift is clearly changing the game, and we talked about how she's revolutionized potentially the movie industry and now the music industry. And, the newest billionaire in the United States, she's certainly a unicorn and a great business mind as well. So obviously, Taylor Swift is unique in that her songs have been popular for decades, and she has a leverage that maybe a lot of folks won't when they're trying to get their record deal. But if you're asking me as a lawyer from a legal perspective, this is purely a contractual matter. You can agree to anything you want. We talked about the Housewives franchise, right? If you want to be on the show, you agree to release your claims. Well, an artist can agree to have the record companies own the intellectual property and the rights indefinitely, or they can have a much shorter period. And someone like Taylor Swift is really raising awareness about how important these re-recording rights are, and the parties can agree to anything that they want.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for, up-and-coming artists that want that record deal, and then who knows, if they become the next Taylor Swift, they might be stuck. Who knows? It's very interesting how she keeps kind of revolutionizing the way that business is going for record labels and movie industry. So